I've been struggling for the longest time trying to figure out why my Intel CPU has just been completely just crapping the bed lately. I mean, I've been trying to get things to run certain programs, certain games, and then every time I start it up, I'm hit with that out of memory, not sufficient memory, try lowering graphics, and it's like there's no way my graphics card can handle this no problem. There's no reason why it can't handle this kind of load. And then come to find out that lo and behold, it's because Intel and all of their superiority complex, I guess, decided to release just a bunch of really horrible CPUs. I mean, I thought it was a good deal because it was like, wow, look at all the power. Look at all the power it's drawing more like, because that's all it does is draw power and it doesn't give you anything out the other end. And it blows my mind that these companies are still doing these just shady practices like they have been. This is a article by Alderon Games. It looks like they worked on Path of Titans. I wasn't sure who they were until I looked up the article. But I just watched Mudahar's, the Some Ordinary Games guy. He did a really detailed breakdown on it. Recommend going to check him out. But this is like just really kind of encapsulates what's going on right now, because I've been trying so hard to figure out why in the world I really thought it was my GPU, because I have a 3080 and I'm like, why is it not running? Like, why can I not start up Fortnite? Why does it keep crashing? And lo and behold, I mean, they even had an article right down there, and frequent crashes in Fortnite on the i9-13900K, which is what I have. So, and I actually pulled up that article too to check it out because, yeah, it's actually crazy. Like, I legitimately thought it was the GPU, but you actually have to underclock your CPU in order to get these games to run efficiently, because the processor that they produced is just not it's not well designed. It's consuming too much power and not outputting anything in return, which is just ridiculous to me. So I definitely recommend you guys checking that out too if you're having that same issue. But anyway, this article says Intel is selling defective 13th and 14th gen CPUs. My team at Alderon Games, working on the multiplayer dinosaur survival game Path of Titans, has been encountering significant problems with Intel CPU stability. These issues, including crashes, instability, and memory corruption, are confined to the 13th and 14th generation processors. Despite all released microcode, BIOS, and firmware updates, the problem remains unresolved. We've identified failures in 5 main areas. End customers is number one. Thousands of crashes on Intel CPUs, on 13th and 14th gen CPUs, in our crash reporting tools. I'm part of it. And even I have used that crash reporting tool so many times on different games, it's actually insane to me. Like, and to kind of figure out that it's really the CPU that's doing it. I'll just put it this way, I'm going to be moving to AMD pretty soon because, yeah, this destroyed basically all trust and hope that I have for Intel, because this is just some shady stuff. Just, I mean, it's obviously wrong. I mean, when you think about it, like they're selling with that knowledge too. When they came out, they're like, yeah, we're looking into it, and it's like, so you sold that full well knowing that the product itself was corrupt and it was defective, so then that way when it ran out, people would buy more. I'm assuming was maybe the kind of the thought process there. But yeah, I've lost all hope for Intel at this point. So the official dedicated game servers experiencing constant crashes, taking entire servers down. The development team. Developers using these CPUs face frequent instability while building and working on the game. It also causes SSD and memory corruption, which is something I also noticed as well with my rig. I'm like, why am I, some of these issues I have is like with the SSD is not communicating properly, and so it's not like registering the game. I'm like, what is happening? And then it's kind of amazing to me how much that CPU is really needed. Like, you think about it, you're like, yeah, I mean, central processing unit. Sure, I mean, I'm sure it's important, but it can't be that important. Well, I mean, obviously, if it's making all these problems come to fruition, it's got to be something serious. It says game service providers, hosting community servers with persistent crashing issues. And the last one is benchmarking tools. Decompression and memory tests unrelated to Path of Titans also fail. which is also something I've done on my rig as well, because I was going like through 3 4 days of just trying to figure out why in the world my system was not working. I was like testing different things. I was running those benchmarking tools, and then they would just, even that would crash, and I'm like, it's not even putting a heavy load on right now. It's like this the bare minimum test. Like, what is happening right now? It's like it honestly frustrates me too, to know that the whole issue the entire time is this freaking CPU. It says over the last 3 to 4 months, we have observed that CPUs initially worked well, deteriorate over time, eventually failing. Again, like mine, when I first got it, no problems whatsoever. But as time has gone on, it's just been more and more issues, more and more issues, and it's like I'm assuming sometime it's just gonna give out. I hope not soon, because I wouldn't like to replace it just right this minute. But I mean, if it does, I'm gonna have to. And you already know I'm going AMD at this point, because there ain't no way I'm getting another Intel. This is the failure rate we have observed from our own testing is nearly 100%, indicating it's only a matter of time before affected CPUs fail. This issue is gaining attention from news outlets and has been noted by Fortnite and RAD Game Tools, which powers decompression behind Unreal Engine. Users are also receiving misleading error messages about running out of video driver memory despite having sufficient memory. That right there, I swear, oh my god, that is the one error message I get every stinking time. And they even talk about it here with Fortnite. Like, I don't really play Fortnite, but I was playing it with some buddies of mine here. And I basically had to drop my settings to like way below what my rig should be able to handle just fine. Like, the rig I have should be able to handle 4K or at least 2K 120 frames on Fortnite, no worries. Now I'm running like 1080p at like, oh my god, it's so bad. It's so bad. It's frustrating. It's really frustrating to know that this CPU was the problem the entire time. And it also makes me kind of relieved too, because now I know exactly why my Fortnite was crashing time and time again, because I've had this same issue with CSGO as well. And it's like, that's probably one of the most least demanding games you can play, and even that's crashing. That really says something about the CPU, doesn't it? I think it does. And then they say the actions they're taking to prevent further harm to our game, or implementing, oh my gosh, the following measures. Server migration. We are swapping all our servers to AMD, which experience 100 times fewer crashes compared to Intel CPUs that were found to be defective. Hosting recommendations. We advise anyone hosting Path of Titan servers or selling game servers to avoid purchasing or using 13th and 14th gen Intel CPUs. And then in-game notifications. We are adding a pop-up message in-game to inform users with these processors about the issue. Many users are currently unaware of why their game is crashing and what they can do about it. Again, that's literally me. Like, even, oh my gosh, I forgot, even Rocket League, I was like, just kept crashing. I'm like, what is happening? It's freaking Rocket League. Like, like, you shouldn't even need a CPU to run Rocket League. There's like nothing going on. Like, what? It just blows my mind when this message just kept popping up and I could not figure it out. So yeah, anyway, my takeaway from this is Intel, go screw yourself. As soon as your freaking CPU is done, I'm going to AMD. Because I do not trust Intel anymore. I hope their stock continues to fall until something changes, because they don't deserve anything. But anyway, let me know what you guys are experiencing down in the comments, if you have been experiencing these same issues as I have, because this, oh man, this is frustrating. This is really frustrating, especially spending all that money on this powerful CPU that's gonna, you won't need another one for at least 5-10 years or whatever. Well, clearly I'm going to need one here soon, because mine is kicking the bucket already, and I haven't even had it for like 2 years, which it should be more than sufficient to be running anything right now. So yeah, anyway, I hope you guys liked the video. I hope you guys' rigs are doing better than mine, and I hope to see you guys around. Peace.